Okay, we're going to talk about the F chord. The F chord is tricky at best, alright? First of all, a lot is happening on the first fret of the guitar, which is where the highest tension is of the string. So that means it's harder to press down here than anywhere else on the neck of the guitar. But that doesn't mean we can't learn an F chord. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. If you choose to do the one on the upper strings that looks like this, I still really encourage you to learn the one on the lower strings that looks like this. The full bar chord, F chord, because this chord is incredibly important in playing music, especially rock and roll, but really anything 20th century, because once you learn your F chord, you can move it around. Every time you change a fret playing that chord, it changes what the chord is that you're playing. And it's huge to learn how to do this in all different positions, all up and down the neck. Here we go, we're going to get started. We're going to start with the bar chord version, or the power chord version of the F chord, which means we're going to start on the lower strings. So, the first thing you're going to take is you're going to take your first finger and you're going to go to the 6th string, 1st fret. Alright? Toughest string right there to hold down. It's the biggest, fattest string, and on the fret that's the hardest to play. But nevertheless, that's where we're going for the 1st fret, 6th string. Then we go, ring finger goes to 5th string, 3rd fret, so you've got a fret in between your fingers. Next is the 4th string, 3rd fret, and now you've got a power chord, which we'll talk about in a different video. And that's good to know how to do, because a lot of people use the power chord to play really fast songs. So a lot of punk, a lot of hardcore, but really anything, any kind of music is going to use the bar chord and the power chord in some fashion. Okay, to go on with the rest of the strings though, your middle finger, which is the only one left that's not pressing down on anything, is going to go to the 3rd string from the floor, 2nd fret. I know it's kind of tough to see. And then your first finger presses down not only on the 6th string, but on the first 2 strings of the guitar. So when you play all 6 strings, there's a finger on every single one of them. This is called a closed position chord. That means there are no open strings. Alright, that is a tough chord to play, but you gotta learn how to do it. So, get to it. Start with the power chord first. Get this part down on the lower 3 strings, and then add the rest if you have to. Now the other version of this chord utilizes the upper sounding strings of the guitar, but like I said, it doesn't mean you need to dismiss the one that uses all 6 strings, because that's crucial to know. Anyway, this is another version of the F chord. You're going to press down on the first 2 strings with your first finger. Okay, so your first finger is flat across 2 strings. Alright? Then on your fingertips, using your fingertips, you're going to go to the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then 3rd fret, 4th string. Again, this is still tough to play. Up here at the head of your guitar, the frets are hardest to play, and they're also the biggest that they are. So if you want to come up here and try to play somewhere else to try to get used to it and then move it down, you can do that as well. But anyway, so we'll go over that one more time. 1st and 2nd string, 1st fret. 3rd string, 2nd fret. 4th string, 3rd fret, and then you lay off your lower strings. You don't play those because they will sound horrible if you play with this chord. You play just those 4 strings. Looks a lot like a C chord. It's because F and C are often played together, so it's good to learn. You can practice those together to get more familiar with that chord. Anyway, learn both. Have fun.